football fans, the Cricket Celebration Bowl is celebrating 10 years of crowning an HBCU national champion. A champion will rise at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on December 13th as the MEAC and SWAC champions clash.
Let me get my face on here. There we go. I'm a little behind. I ain't even been drinking. That's what I need a drink. Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. It's Wednesday, November the 19th. It's 6:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We gotta have a little fun today. I got some hosts here. We're gonna talk about some things, and we're gonna have a little fun. Hopefully, we're gonna do a little education, and we're gonna try to. I'm gonna let Mo come on, and I want to say this before he get here, so he can't defend himself. It's Mo's job to referee Mark and Joe. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It's not my job. I'm just the host. I'm the one who's just supposed to let people in, and I don't have no control over the mic. Mo is the one who's supposed to be the good-hearted brother. Mark and Joe, they beyond help, but under the DEI, we gotta have some people on here because that's just what we do. So that's all I'm gonna say before I bring them on. But I ain't want no kickback from them. But before we start, I'm gonna give y'all my quick little monologue, and this is my monologue. I'm always amazed at how we try to put our stuff out on other people, but yet we want people to respect our opinion, but we don't respect nothing they want to do because we wouldn't do it. But you ain't them. And that always just confuses me why people love to try to regulate what other people do when it ain't your business. If a man want to jump off the bridge, as long as he don't land on my car, hey man, that's between him and whoever. And I find it amazing, and I'm gonna talk about this when I talk about my therapist. One of the things my therapist taught me, and I want y'all to pay attention to this, and I'm gonna get the guys on here because I want their input on this. Is sometimes when you say stuff to people, you have to make them repeat back what you said. Because I'm sure many times y'all have said something to people, and all of a sudden they went way left with something that you ain't say nothing about. It's like, how in the hell did you get that off of this? I can say, I don't eat chicken. Well, do you eat pork? Do you eat this? Are you a Muslim? Are you this? And I'm like, all I said was I don't eat chicken. How come I can just not like chicken? And it's like, how do we get all? What did you hear me say? And my biggest one, and I ain't got nothing against nobody who pray. I don't pray. And I went somewhere and everybody got ready to pray before they ate. If you pray, I'm cool. I'll hold your hand and I'll stand in the circle and I'll do all the other stuff. Just don't look for me to lead the prayer, because I'm not. But I'm a respect what you do. And the lady was looking at me. She like, you not gonna say the prayer? And I was like, you said you wanted to pray over the food. I mean, it's already been made. If it's poison, it's poison. I don't know what prayer gonna do. But hey, I can't believe you don't pray. I'm like, are you an atheist? Listen, I just said I don't pray. Do you believe in God? Listen, we're not finna have this conversation. I don't pray. Either you can respect that or you cannot. But what we're not finna do is talk about what I do or don't do. If I want to stand, what's up, Ernest? If I want to stand when I pee, because that's what I do. I know plenty of people who like to sit when they pee. What does that mean? But hey, if you catch me on a good night while I'm sleeping, I might sit when I pee too, because I don't want to just stand up. I just want to sit down and do my crossword puzzle and take a break. It don't mean nothing. It mean I'm tired. So I just had to get that out my system. We got to start letting people be people. And if you don't like what they do, you know what they say. If you don't like what I do, don't do it. I mean, life is kind of simple. So I'm going to bring Mo to the stage first, because Mo's supposed to be the arbitrator, he the referee, he's supposed to be the conscience of the show. Y'all know I'm a little unhinged. I'm a little unhinged. Mo's supposed to be. He need to look at the contract, and he gonna say something about he didn't sign it.
Man,
that's not the point. The point ain't got to do with being signed. If the point is you're here, that's your role.
Man, DVP got to go into politics, man, because he done told about 1,000 lies, man.
What?
You've been lying the whole time.
I can't believe you have questioned my veracity.
Oh man, hey man, listen, I want to comment on what's up, Mark.
What up?
Check out Mark in the building, man. Hey man, I want to make a comment on what you was talking about with prayer. Me and you, we the same with that. But here's the thing, man. I'm like, I don't disrespect people who are religious, but I'm like you. I don't pray. But if I'm at your table, you grab my hand, I'm praying with you.
Right.
And that's so I'm the same way. So I get it, man.
So what's going on? How your week been, bro? Mo, how your week been?
Oh, Mo, I thought you was talking to Mark. Oh man, I can't complain. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Hey, so you know I'm out here in Arizona, man. Look, we get rain about 7 times a year. Rain yesterday, man. That's a big event out here, man. If you come out here when it's raining, man, I'm telling y'all, I'm not joking. Every building you go by, you're gonna see people like this looking out the window.
All the kids come outside to get splashed by water.
Everybody, man. It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing I ever seen. Because I ain't from here, but you know, I know what it's like because I live here, but you know, that's what it is.
Mark, what's good with your brother?
Man, what happening, fellas? It's a good day. It's a good day.
I just want y'all to thank me because anytime Mark is on the show with a stable background, I mean, he ain't not stealing cars. So I believe we should get some appreciation for that because we've been on shows where Mark been in the process of stealing cars and trying to stay on and drive and do all that at the same time. So I believe we deserve some credit for cutting crime down. That's all I'm saying.
Goodness, man.
I had to start taking my role on this show serious, so I'm gonna be back out there 8.
So y'all heard it. If y'all got something to do, y'all need to do it between 5:45 and 8 o'clock. Cause at 8, you're on your own. So that's our PSA. After 8 o'clock, you're on your own. I don't know where he is. I don't ask him. Cause ignorance is bliss, and sometimes bliss is what I want to be for the day, and bliss is what I want to do for the day. So
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start right now. I'm gonna hold both of y'all hand. We're gonna start with prayer.
Come on, DVP. Let's do it, man.
They say when two or more in the midst or something. Yeah, whatever they say.
They call that a gang.
I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Just a gang.
They say when 2 or 3 or more gathered, it's gorillas in the midst.
I'm gonna start with one of my first questions before we get into the good topics. The question came to me: if the police knock on your door, what do you have to do? All right. So, and I wish Joe was here so we could get another opinion from another area. But in the state of Georgia, if the police come to your door, what you have to do is nothing. You don't have to answer it. You don't have to acknowledge them. You don't owe them shit. Real talk. They can knock and bang. They can watch you walk in your house, knock on the door and say, we know you in there, come to the door. The law says your house, you can do what you want to. Which means what's up with the modeling career? Man, anyway, we'll talk about that later. But legally, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to acknowledge them. Understand, if the police have a right to enter your house, they coming in whether you come to the door or not. Right. Now, if they say we got a warrant, that's the precursor for when we finna kick your door in.
Right.
Now, understand this too now. This is the law. You can go to the door and open the door. You can crack the door. You can look through your peephole and you can ask them for a copy of the warrant. They have to show you the warrant before they can enter. Okay? Now, don't get it twisted. There are 4 times by law the police can enter your house. All right? And I want y'all to pay attention to this. I just told y'all the first time is with a search warrant, not to be confused with an arrest warrant. They must have a search warrant to enter your house. That's number 1. Okay? The search warrant should include the address of the house. If it ain't got your address, again, you can just shut the door on. There ain't nothing they can do other than be pissed off. Okay? Number 2, consent. And let me be specific about this consent. The consent has to be valid consent. What in the state of Georgia, because that's all I can talk about. Valid consent can only be given by somebody who has permission to let people in and out the house. For example, if you had a babysitter at your house, she has consent to be in the house, but she does not have consent to have company or do anything else unless there is an emergency. So if the police say, hey, can we come in and search? The babysitter does not have consent. Now, where there's a little cheat and play with that, and this is for us fellas, if you have a girlfriend, if you give your girlfriend free reign and she can have company and invite people over, she can give consent, okay? Just like most of us, we got keys to our parents' house. We may have the alarm code or whatever. We can give consent to search our parents' house because we can come and go as we please. So the consent is a touchy issue, but the consent has to be valid and it has to be given by somebody who has authority and who has the mental capacity. So barring an emergency, we're going to get to that. Your kids can't let somebody come in. They don't have the mental capacity to understand what they're doing when they let the police in. So we talked about the search warrant. We talked about valid consent. Exigent circumstances, which means there's an emergency. If they can legitimately say there was an emergency, they can come in. They don't need your permission. The best example of that is the police walking by, they hear somebody screaming or they see smoke coming. They can knock on the door because now they're trying to look out for your safety. If nobody comes in, they can force entry. All right. And the fourth one is hot pursuit. That means they're chasing you. The caveat to being chased by the police is one, you have to know that they're chasing you. So if you just minding your business and there's a black Suburban for ICE just riding behind you, you jump out the car and run in the house, that's not knowing that they chase you because you have no idea that that's who that is behind you. But if they got their lights and sirens on and you're trying to make it to your driveway so you can bail out and get in, you know that you're being chased. So you got hot pursuit, exigent circumstances, valid consent, and a search warrant. Now, one more thing about valid consent. If you and your woman, you and whoever, you and your friend, and I'm just say the three of us all live in the same house, me, Mo, and Mark. I can say yeah. Mo can say no. Mark can say yeah. The law says once somebody says no, the search stops, period. So there's no consensus, there's no majority. Everybody has to say yes. All right. With consent, what happens? Another category. Mo can say yes, and Mo can give consent to search his room and anywhere he has access to. But he can't let him in me and Mark's room unless he has access to me and Mark's room. So understand when these things happen, they're like, oh, so-and-so said it. Well, if so-and-so don't have control of the whole house, again, we use and the babysitter is the worst example. We'll use the babysitter. The babysitter, for those that have babysitters, what does a babysitter have access to? Usually the children's room, the kitchen, maybe the living room. That's it. So she can't let them search nowhere else. Oh, in a bathroom. She can't let them in nobody's room because she don't have access to the adult's room. She only has access to the kid's room. So this is something you initially don't have to know, ladies and gentlemen. The cops have to know this, and the cops have to do their due diligence. So they can't just come in your house or tell you got to let them in because you don't. You don't. But you can open the door and you can actually talk to them and tell them, hey, man, go bite yourself. I ain't got to let you in. You need to show me a search warrant. And police will try to get in and say they got an arrest warrant. And unless the arrest warrant is for you, it doesn't matter. If the arrest warrant is for you, you right there in their face. Wherever they see you, they can arrest you. But if they come to the door, and we'll just say Mark goes to the door, and they say, well, we got an arrest warrant for DVP. Well, once Mark say DVP ain't here, the cops say, well, can we search and see? Mark gonna say no. And it'll be like, well, if he ain't here, why not? Because I don't have to. Unless they saw me go in, and it ain't hot pursuit if a neighbor told them I was there because they didn't see me and I wasn't running from the cops. They got to go back and get that first one I was talking about, a search warrant, and they can search for me. They can surround the house and make sure nobody leaves and nobody else enters, but they can't just automatically come in. So I hope that answers your question about when do you have to let the police in your house. Gentlemen, y'all got any questions?
Nah, I was going to ask about the arrest warrant and search warrant, but you answered that.
Yeah, no, that's informative. I ain't know all of that. I knew I had an idea of some of it, but until you get that information, you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, man. But Now, that's good information right there.
And Mark, with an arrest warrant must contain a description. They don't necessarily have to have the right name, but they can't have an arrest warrant for a 5'11" black male and lock up Mark. The arrest warrant, even without a name, the physical description should be somewhat close to what it is they're looking for. It should have a description. It should have a crime. Those are the two things it's gotta have.
So I do have a question. So
Go ahead.
let's take the babysitter example. So they come to the door, I'm babysitting. I open the door. Based on what you said, the way I understand it is I would have to say, so and so, whoever you're looking for, so and so is not here. I'm the babysitter, and because they're not gonna know, I can't automatically expect them to know I'm a babysitter.
Right.
Or how's that scenario work?
They should ask you who you are.
Oh, okay.
Because it's up to the cops to validate who they're gonna get consent from. If you don't do that, you're already breaking the law. So once you come to the door, I need to say, hey, sir, what's your name? Do you live here? What's your position here? So there are certain boxes we got to start checking off before we can legally enter.
Okay.
Right. Without that, we're negligent. So once you say you're the babysitter, I can say, well, the so and so live here. Are the owners home? Can you go get one of them? If they're not home, the best thing the police can do is just back off. They in the no-win territory.
Well, so I do have a follow-up question. So here's the thing. My assumption is that there's a lot. If it's a situation where there's, let's call it exigent circumstances, my assumption was they would already have a warrant, or I mean that's what I would have to guess.
Now, exigent circumstances are usually in the moment. That means there's an emergency at hand. If there's an emergency, you're not gonna have time to get a warrant. Like I said, the emergency would be we heard somebody screaming. All of a sudden, I'm patrolling, and this is one of the best ones. I heard a shot from the house and some glass broke. So I need to know where the shot came from, and I need to make sure everybody in the house is safe. So you can't tell me, the gun. You can say, my gun went off, but nothing happened. You're gonna have to let me in because I need to make sure that nobody's hurt.
Yeah,
and there's no way you're gonna get around that one because that's an exigent. That ain't something that's normal. If I heard somebody scream, I need this. We're gonna look at every room to make sure nobody's hurt. Those are things, but they got to be articulable. They can't be hunches or something like. It's got to be a reason. It's got to make sense to. It's got to make sense to a regular person, not a cop.
Right.
And next week I'll talk about probable cause and articulable reasonable suspicion. But when we're breaking, anytime we're violating your constitutional rights, the reason that we give has got to make sense to regular people, not other cops, because cops think everybody's suspicious. So as a regular person, you guys would understand why I forced entry into a house when I heard a shot. That just makes sense to regular people. You heard a shot. Hey, I need to make sure everybody okay. I saw smoke. I heard somebody screaming. Those things make sense. It's like I seen some suspicious looking people go in there. That ain't gonna cut it. So yeah, the emergency it needs to be a current emergency, not something. The neighbor said they heard screaming 2 nights ago. That's not an emergency anymore. Now they need a warrant. But if it's happening in real time, yeah, you got to get it.
All right, got it.
And there was even one where there's a foot patrolman. He was just doing his foot patrol. He saw blood going to the doorway. That was his because the blood was fresh. He didn't know how fresh, but it was still smearing when he touched it. And it went up to the door. So that was his reason. And they let him get away with it. Because it ain't normal for people just to be bleeding. Don't always mean it's an emergency, but that's one of the cases better to be safe than sorry. He want to make sure the person don't need first aid. He wasn't there to investigate a crime, which is one of the contingencies for exigent circumstances. You can't be there solely to lock people up. You got to be there to preserve life, liberty, or property, yada, yada, yada.
Good deal.
You good, Mark?
Yeah, I got another question if you don't mind.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Police. So, if a person is just, let's just say, sitting in the parking lot, let's say waiting on somebody to come out the store, they sitting there minding their own business, and the police come up and ask for their ID, do they have to produce it?
They in the car?
Yeah, just sitting in the car.
Driver's seat?
Yeah. They do.
If you sit in the driver's seat, whether the car moving or not, The presumption is you drove the car. So to drive a car, you got to have a license.
Okay. So what about passenger seat?
Nope.
Okay.
The driver is required to have a license.
Okay, but if you're in the passenger seat, do you have to produce an ID?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Only way I can make you produce ID, and it's really sketchy, is if you walk into a liquor store.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm gonna say it's sketchy because the courts are divided on it. Because technically, you don't need ID to go into a liquor store. You only need ID when you're buying liquor. So if you go into a liquor store just to buy chips, because you can be 16 to go into a liquor store. You can be 16 to go into a convenience store. So there needs to be something else that's going on. Now, if the liquor store is paying you as their own private security, now you can push and you can do whatever the liquor store say. But I can't do it as strictly a cop.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no legal right. There's no legal requirement for anybody in a vehicle to have any ID on them except for the driver.
Gotcha.
So, and good question. With that, ladies and gentlemen, if you left your license at home, or whatever you got going on, the law is still clear. You are supposed to have it on your person whenever you are operating a motor vehicle. A good cop will just run it, and once he verifies, he'll let you go. But if he want to make an issue of it, you really don't have a leg to stand on because you're supposed to have it on you. Which is why they just tell some people to leave it in the car, which is kind of crazy if your car gets stolen. But you're supposed to have it on you anytime you're operating a motor vehicle. But like I said, that's a fine thing. You got to be, in my word, you got to be a real asshole to get locked up or get a ticket for not having your license on person. But that's the official charge, not having your license on person.
Yeah.
All right, anything else for me?
I'm good on that.
All right. So let's see. You ready for yours, Mark? I think I want to start with yours.
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
All right, so Mark got questions about dating. So me and Mo, we're gonna sit back and then we're gonna let Mark run this. We're gonna let Mark run this 20 to 30 minutes and we're gonna go from there. What you got, Mark?
It ain't running nothing, man. Mostly just want to talk about, dating ideas. Give people things to do because for some reason people think dating is obsolete and it's definitely overpriced in our community to do it. So just give us some little ideas to toss out there for people to, to connect, reconnect, and just get a break from everyday life. Somebody on here said that if you offer to take somebody on a date, then you leave with money. I think it makes no sense, but somebody on here said that.
No, see, you doing that. What's that? We gotta do the qualifying what you heard, because what you heard ain't what was said. What you heard is not what was said.
Is what I interpreted.
Yeah. If effective listening.
So
what I said was, and it's two different variations. What I said was scenario one. You ask this lady out. She don't want to go out with you. She makes it clear, she's not romantically interested in you. You keep pressing. You keep talking about, well, let me take you to one of these expensive restaurants. Well, one day you're going to catch her when she's hungry. And she's going to say, yeah, but she's made her intent clear. But you keep trying to leave with your money. She hungry. She going to go. And you mad because now she ain't going to sleep with you. But she told you them 3, 4, 5, 27 times you was begging. No. That's when you keep trying to impress her with your money. And she's like, okay, if he want to spend his money, I done told him no. I done gave all the prerequisites. That's on him. That's when you lead him with your money. When you keep trying to but let me take you to this place. Let me take you to Ruth Chris. Let me take you to the Sundial. That's on you, player.
I can agree with that.
So that's when you playing yourself. Now, the other one is, as far as dating goes, this is where I blame, and what I said was, for me, a woman can't pay for the first date. That's my standard. If Oprah decided she wanted to go to the south of France for whatever reason, I'm with it. But we're going to have to stop by Waffle House first because I got to pay for the first date. But that's my personal standard. Now, what anybody else do is on them. But I just believe, that's, like I said, that's my personal standard. The first date belongs to the man. I don't want to give up my power that quick.
Power. You don't have so much power when you're drinking blue. But let's get to it. But
hey man, it's blueberry. I'm trying to be healthy.
Blueberry.
Blueberry iced tea. I'm sorry, blueberry white tea.
Okay. Yeah. Get you a little something. Get you some brown. You act better when you drink brown.
Well, you know what they say, brown stunts your growth. So I'm just
Hey, well, hopefully I get shorter.
no. Well, yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Because if he drink all that, he not stealing y'all cars tonight. he not getting y'all cars tonight.
You know, so a couple of things for people that don't want to lead with their money and just want to hang out. It's always free shit to do in the city. Always free things to do in the city. And the biggest thing is a park. Man, you can go kick it in the park, especially on a beautiful day, because the day was definitely one of them nice days. Take your blanket, grab your whatever y'all like to drink, and just sit out and chill. So that's a pretty good thing. You know what I mean? So in Atlanta, which is different now, Piedmont Park. Nice big park.
I think that's too much for a first date. That's a little too intimate for a first date to me.
Okay.
For yeah. Now, once we know we got a connection, I think the park is a wonderful thing. Because if you're gonna do it, like I said, the park when you're doing what you're saying, a picnic is romantic. Most people ain't been on picnics, but it's a little romantic.
So
I would say like for a first date. Say it again.
You want to be romantic the fourth or fifth date?
Honestly, me again. I'm only gonna be romantic once we've crossed the sex threshold. Ain't no need in tempting. Ain't no need in teasing and playing big boy games and hoping something gonna happen. I need to know we already there. So when we drinking wine or doing whatever, and we laying in the grass on this blanket and being playful, I don't need to be worried about the Me Too movement or what you think you're doing. So I like that. For me, I like to have that. It's kind of like traveling. I'm not traveling with anybody that I haven't slept with. It's too much pressure on everybody. Traveling, even though it ain't romantic, it's intimate being locked in a cabin with somebody while you drive or while you sleep overnight.
That is true. What you think, Mo?
Yeah, so I got just because of my experience, I learned that money on the first date, lose baby, lose. And what I mean by money is if you spend anything over $10 each, lose, man. I'm serious, man. Look, there's so many things you could do. Go to the science museum, hang out at the science museum for the day, right? Y'all get to know each other because the thing is, a lot of those things, like going out to dinner and all that stuff, a lot of times, or club or whatever it is, a lot of times you don't even get to learn who the person is. So I'm going to the science museum. We're going to walk around. You don't like science? So what? We're going to see some skeletons, some dinosaur skeletons and some damn exhibits and whatever, and cultural exhibits and where Africa started and all that. We're going to see all that. It's going to be there. You can ignore it if you want, but we're just going to hang out. Coffee shop, meet at the coffee shop, have a coffee and a croissant, man. You know what I'm saying? Something real simple, right? I ain't doing dinner. I ain't doing no dinners, man. And the best one, if you got good weather, go to an outdoor market. Free outdoor market, walk around, hang out, have conversation. Those three, I think, is something you can do to kind of just get a feel, because you don't even know this person, man. You don't know just because she got this and that or whatever, or he got this and that, whatever it is. You know what I mean? We don't know each other, so let's go find out who each other, who this person is and who that person is. And while we're doing it, we're not breaking the bank. And that's that. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna enjoy that science museum whether she enjoy it or not, huh?
Oh man, I'm having a good time, man. I'm seeing.
He want to go anyway.
Yeah. Hey, that's the best thing. If you can find something that you want to do anyway, because if they boring and wasting your time, you ain't gonna give 2 F's. If they're like, listen, I don't like this. Okay, whatever. You leave it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a picnic being too intimate. I do understand what you're saying though, DVP, about it. But at that point, you're getting the feel for the person that you with. Sitting back, like you say, laughing, playing, enjoying the moment. So I think it gives you the opportunity to just have a conversation and see what you can actually learn from that person, because it is an intimate setting. You know,
And see, like I would prefer to do something like a cafe or Mexican place, something where they got a what do you call them, booze. Because right now I don't know if I want to. I don't know if we good being too close together. I don't know if I want her in my space. I don't know if she want me in her space. So I want to go somewhere where we can have tacos. Because you listen. I've done this. You can go to a Mexican place and get you tacos and you can even have an adult beverage and it still ain't gonna run you $40. When I saw the thing about these guys talking about a date costs $100, I'm like, where the hell y'all going? That y'all spend $100 on a date? I mean, y'all gotta be eating y'all asses off. Because most of the time when you get into them little 3 taco thing, at worst, the most expensive one I seen was $20. So if I get a $20 and she get a $20 one, and we get 2 drinks, that's $8, 16, 32, that's still $75. So it's like y'all doing a whole lot of extra stuff, and but hey, but again, to me, before you do this dating thing, have a conversation, find out something about. See, a lot of this you can do over the telephone. You can see what the vibe is before you start doing something. Because I actually like to have time limits for my first dates, just in case we don't like each other. We can part without trying to figure out, when is a good time to leave. Because we can always call each other and schedule a second date ASAP. But when that first date run too long, it seems like most saying going to the museum. What if I enjoy the museum, but I ain't enjoying her? And that she just messed my thing up. So I don't want to go there with her. I like museum. Let's go here where we can sit at our little booth. We can have some conversation, doing everything going right. We got these little devices. We got a little alarm set on. I got my alarm set to go off in 100 minutes. I got to run, baby. I had a good time. Maybe we'll do this again. Or you can just silence alarm if you're having a good time and keep moving. But but the biggest thing is to have conversations first. I don't like when women say, just plan something and tell me. No. We should be playing this together, because I don't want to hear you saying, oh, I don't want to do that. But when you had a chance, you don't want to say nothing. So for me, once they give me that vibe, say, I don't even want to go out no more. Because suppose I want to go bowling. Or, we see the one all the time where the guy took the girl to a play and she was like, I don't even know what this is about. But you don't want to participate in the date. And it's funny, I put it in one of the groups I was in, doing my little random testing. A guy, you've been talking to this guy online, whatever, he comes to your state to see you. Are you gonna plan a date for him? Oh, nah, he should have planned all that. So a dude coming to you and you still ain't gonna help plan a date. And I see why a lot of y'all are lonely, because y'all don't want to help do nothing. Because guess what? Sometimes us men, and I can speak in general terms, sometimes we want help. And if we asking for the help, give it to us. We don't always know the answer. So especially with a date, we don't know what you like. So give us a little, because I would say men are probably a little bit more flexible than women are with dates. Because most of the time we cool with the company.
So DVP, with that scenario you made up, that's a win-win. That could be a win-win for a woman, because here's the thing. If you decide where you're going to go somewhere you like, and that is going to and that's also going to if the guy says, hey, I didn't have a good time there, that's going to tell you he doesn't like doing that particular thing. And if it's something you are hoping to do with your mate one day, you're going to be like, okay, I got to X him out. He don't even like to go to mariachi dancing or whatever it is, And so that's a win-win right there. So it's beneficial for a woman to actually set it up and say, hey, this is what I want to do. And whether she pays or not, that's another story. But to say where she wants to go and what she wants to do, or the guy say where he wants to go, what he wants to do, that's kind of ideal, if you ask me.
But when you properly vetting the person that you want to take out, communication, she gonna drop subtle hints of what she enjoys doing. You pick up on those hints and you put it into motion. Okay, I heard her say this. So I can plan this. Now, as the man, if you plan it, you can plan it and keep it within a reasonable budget. Versus asking, where you want to go? I want to go to Capital Grill. Now you just blew your damn budget way out the water. You feel what I'm saying?
For a month, baby.
Yeah, but if you talking and you like, well, I kind of like a steak. Yep, we're going to Longhorn. You see? So you can manage your budget by knowing, but in conversation, you hear the things that she enjoy, and you can do it and plan it on a budget.
Exactly.
You know, that's the Mark hit a key, because even when you're dating and when you're married, man, the most important thing is to be an information collector. If you're an information collector, you will make your life easy in both of those spaces, because it's up to you to create data files to find out what people like and what they don't like, because that's how you're gonna get the best results. You know, if every year you get me a damn tie and I don't even wear ties, you haven't been listening, and you're wasting your money and your time. But if you hear me talking during the year about these things I like to do, the next thing I know, there's 2 tickets to the game. Oh man, I've been wanting to go to that game. Yeah, okay, so you've been listening. So that's a big part of this here. This dating. That's a big part of dating, is to just pay attention, man. Pay attention and listen.
And one of the things I always ask is, what is it that you don't like? That way I can start playing around that.
That's good.
It's usually a whole lot easier from the things you don't like. So now, as long as I stay away from that, I'm good. Because I may ask what you like. You may say a ton of things. It's like, okay, let me just, do you eat this? Do you eat? So once I can start narrowing these down, Roy used to always talk about, hey, man, we can do this 2 for $25 thing. Because I don't believe you should spend a lot on the first date. Unless y'all long distance and y'all been talking for 4 or 5 months before y'all finally started meeting. Because you don't want to put the financial expectation into it on your end or on her end, on nobody's. It's just don't. And if they complain about, oh, you acting all broke, you acting this, take that as not a red flag, but take it as a full-fledged stop sign. Don't do it, because she's already telling you she into your money. If you think you liking me and we digging each other, then you should want my company as much as I want your company. And going back to what Mark said, if we've been talking for a few months, a few weeks, and for whatever reason, a picnic ain't a bad idea, but at least we know on the phone we got a vibe. Because the worst thing you don't want to do is, sometimes in this microwave age, we don't spend a whole lot of time communicating first. So I meet you on a Monday, we plan a date for a Friday. We really probably ain't had a whole lot of conversation because we both been working. So now, do I want to do a picnic? Because I ain't really had a chance to vibe with you. I don't know what your mind is like. We've been having quick little conversations because everybody working. And that's why I say, for me, I don't want to do a picnic that early because I don't know enough about you. Because for a picnic, in my world, to be efficient, we need to be kind of close to each other. Do I really want to be that close on the first day? I don't know nothing about your body. I don't know nothing about your body odor. If you're talking crazy, it's one of them little cute little things. Well, to me, on a picnic again, we should be feeding each other. And that's why I say for me, a picnic is an intimate event. So I don't want to do that on a first date. But like I said, the coffee shop, and I hate coffee, but a cafe type thing where it ain't too loud, but where you can go and you can sit down and have some conversation, and we can see if our minds are clicking. We get a quick first glance at each other. We can see how much effort they put into this first date. And and if it go good, shit, well, we hold the hands at least by the end of it. And if it ain't, we both looking at our watch because we can't wait to leave. But I still ain't spent, but $20, $30.
Another thing is, you probably gonna want to do something, because I think I learned this after a while. But if you get this early, it might help you out, because you don't want to go somewhere where you're stuck. For example, like the movies, right? The movie's gonna be 3 hours, right? Just 2 or 3 hours, whatever it is, right? And you're stuck with somebody and y'all ain't got no interest, y'all don't like each other or whatever. You first 10 minutes y'all talked and you was like, oh, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? So you got to do something where you could just kind of, hey, I got a call, man. I got something. I just forgot. I got something I got to do. Whatever it is,
Yeah, I completely agree. But I think that's something simple, inexpensive. The same as here in Atlanta, you can always walk the Beltline. You can walk the Beltline. There's 9 million shops, restaurants that'll run your day, where you can actually, get time to talk. Because I think early on with dating, and even later on, you want to be able to have a good conversation. And if you just walking and talking, and that's actually dope, you vibing, and it's not a lot of noise like being in a club.
Right.
these sports bars now to get super loud. So you want to do stuff where you can talk. If you active, get your bike, ride the Silver Comet, ride the Beltline.
Well, you can't really talk if you're riding a bike though.
But and this is not just for first dates. This was just dating in general.
Right, yeah, right. That's a future date. So
you know what I mean?
But see, that's when you combine the bike ride with a picnic, because you ride a mile and a half, whatever, 2 miles, whatever. Then y'all break out a little basket when y'all taking a break. See, that's a combo. See, but like I say, for a future date, if we all clicking, that's a great thing to do.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and you're not from here, Mo, but as much as I like the thought of Six Flags and Whitewater, they're great later dates. One, because they are expensive just because they're what they are. But some of the rides require you to be close. It's a lot of walking. You gotta enjoy somebody's company to do. You need to know that you enjoy their company before you start doing these type of things. To me,
yeah,
Yeah.
I done the escape room. Escape rooms are expensive, but if you already cool with the person and y'all vibing, the more y'all vibe, the less the expense becomes the headline. The expense for me is at the beginning, because you're trying to see what I got. Because I went one thing, girls start asking me about my 401k and all this. Shawty, we ain't what?
Hey man, social media got them asking you that on the first date.
And I'm like, that's a question you asked me after kinky sex. Not in the beginning. When we done did some freaky stuff, you can ask me about my 401k, because you might be building a future. But you're not building a future while we still sitting right here sipping on ginger ale.
Wow.
But I also have to understand that what some of my fellow guys are doing. They're leading with this money. They always talking about what they got and what they can do. Well, what can you do? I don't know you to say I'm gonna do nothing for you. If you become her, then yeah, I'm gonna help take care of you. I'm gonna help do this. But as a first date, all I can do for you is answer the phone when you call, shoot you a text from time to time.
Right.
We not at a future with a first date.
That's
like I say, especially depending on how long y'all did the conversing before y'all met, because it's hard now. Everybody working so hard, you really don't have a whole lot of time, and that's why it's always fun to me to say I don't like texting. Well, that must mean you like unemployed people, because most of us have to text throughout the day because we're working, and unless we work at the exact same place, getting schedules to match up ain't an easy thing to do. So we got to text from time to time, so it's like, how is it that it may not be your preferred method, but it's got to be one of them, especially because I can't call you, hey, I just want to let you know I'm thinking about that. That's what the text is for. You call me while I'm in the middle. I kept calling you, and I was like, babe, I'm getting paid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't come between your money. I need you not to come between my money, because you're going to want to do something that costs money. And if you want to invite me over, I'm going to answer the phone, because, hey, then I ain't losing no money, right? So, but if you want me to take you somewhere, STFU, and shoot me a text. Let me respond to that text.
So let me tell y'all how stupid I was, but at the same time, I ended up benefiting from it.
I'm so glad you matured, Mo.
Yes, sir.
You have a lot of stories to start off. Let me tell you how stupid I was.
Yes, sir. And yeah, because you listen, if you don't realize you was stupid, you're still stupid. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? If you don't realize you're stupid when you did something you shouldn't have done, you're still stupid. But at the same time, it ended up being a blessing in disguise. But my current wife, when I met her, I had $6,000 in the bank, chilling, man. That's a lot of money for me.
You were rich.
I was rich, man. You know it. See, you know it. I was
rich.
Yeah. I was 30 with $6,000, man. I had the world, in my hands. Y'all know how that is, right?
Yeah,
man. This lady for 3 months, man. I spent about $2,000, man. I was mad as hell. Hey, this how it was. When I finally met her mom, I told her mom, "Is this? I'm not joking." I told her mom, I said, "Look, you owe me $2,000 because your daughter's expensive." we still talk about that today, but man, that one was worth it. But the other, I did some other ones, but I ain't spend that much, but still was a waste of time.
Stop leading with money, Mo.
Yeah, that one was worth it. I'll spend that again, man. It's all good.
And that ain't a bad thing. If you got that right one, DVP kind of hit on it early. Once we vibe, the budget ain't a thing.
Right.
You know, once we get down, let's bust the budget. You feel what I'm saying? Let's splurge a little bit. But now, if you really truly want a date and you doing something that you're gonna enjoy with the person, it's damn near to try new things. You damn near gonna spend over $100. Easy.
And to me, that's one of them things that we got to start paying more attention to, because I hate when brothers be like, "Oh, she used me for this." I'm sure she gave you the clues, and you kept wanting, you wanted whatever it was you wanted so bad, you kept overlooking the cost and what was coming out of it. But you know, what were y'all doing? Were you just trying to get the cookies, or so? And I don't want to hijack your segment, Mark, because we're talking about dating, but I think when you said it, I was looking more forward to the concept of dating and how we get to it. Because fellas, I need for fellas to be real. Are you just after the skins, or do you really want a relationship? Because those two things matter in how you move.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think we're so foolish that we underestimate women. There are some women who are cool with just having flings. You ain't got to take them nowhere. You start this process off. Sometimes honesty is the best policy, and they keep everybody from doing this shit or getting upset. Some of them, but if you're looking for somebody like Mark was just saying, to do stuff with in the future, well, that's more than just a sex buddy.
Yeah.
I remember this one girl I was talking to, and she was like, "Well, we should go on a cruise." I'm like, "Well, I don't want to bring sex up in the conversation, but like the little thing says, the only women I'm taking on a cruise that I'm not sleeping with is my mom and my daughter. Everybody else giving up something.
Got to.
We ain't there yet. So, well, I could get my own room, but then we ain't going on a cruise together.
Yeah, facts.
You going, I'm going. Why would? Because I'm assuming you want me to pay. So why would I pay and you in another room? But yeah, if you're gonna get your own room, then do your thing. So you really don't need me for the cruise. Oh, so you ain't even gonna pay? I just said I'm not paying for no woman that I'm not sleeping with other than my mother or my daughter. That's it. I mean, there's no politically correct way to say that, but that's just a pure fact. I'm not paying for Mo's girl. I'm not paying for Mark's girl. No, my daughter and my mom are the only two women that ain't got to sleep with me if we could take on a trip. What part of that are you misunderstanding? I don't even know why you would want to go on a trip that requires us to be in the same room. Probably the same bed. Oh, you can get two queens. I wish if I got two queens, it's because we're gonna be doing a lot of nasty stuff. Lots.
And you want to keep one mattress for sleeping and one mattress for being nasty. I completely agree.
Well, and if I'm being honest, if I'm being honest, no, we're gonna get nasty on both of them. We just gonna take turns. One for the first night, and then because we done messed this one up, so now we're gonna pull the sheet up and put our luggage on that one, and we're gonna move to the other bed. But and if you ain't about that life, then why are we taking this trip? Why are we taking this trip? I mean, and to me, it's like, come on now, let's be adults. Let's be adults. Yeah, we shouldn't lead off with sex, but we're adults. The whole purpose of 95% of relationships is coitus interruptus. So why are we acting like we don't know that this is what's going to happen? Well, I just want to get to know you first. Okay, well, as long as you're just trying to get to know me, we're going to keep going to Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and walking through the mall and going to the chocolate chip place.
Walking the Beltline, eat ice cream.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is interesting because a lot of this stuff, I think once you get, because I think I'll just say I became an experienced dater. Once you get to that level, because there's dating, then there's experienced dating. Once you get to the experienced dating level, then you start looking at people's intentions and their personality. And it's quick, man. I mean, I went out of just talking on the phone or just meeting somebody for the first time. You get all these flags, green, red, whatever color you want to call them. And a lot of information pours into you. And you can make a informed decision just from that. You ain't got to go on no date. You know what I mean? And just talking on the phone, whatever, you can get enough information to say, yeah, this ain't for me. And so once you get to that point, become a master of people's personalities and what their intentions are. And if you want to, just ask directly. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta try to figure out how to just get that information without asking about it. Just ask directly. You know what I mean? What you like, what you don't like. Oh, you believe in this? Oh, okay. Oh, you believe in that? Oh, you like to do this? You like to do that? Okay. What's your thoughts on where you would like to live, what kind of lifestyle you want to live, etc. You got to ask those questions.
And those are things, because Mark, you got a 3-wheeler, right?
Yes.
So like that's a you can use a 3-wheeler with somebody that you already familiar with, because y'all can take it to go somewhere because it's nice, it's comfortable. They got to be hugged up on you. But that's a crossover. We can't start off on this 3-wheeler unless it's a 3-wheel event, because girls love to ride motorcycle and stuff. But for a date, the 3-wheeler date to me is for accomplished couples, or we know that's what we're working toward. If it's just somebody who you just trying to get a notch on your belt, is that really what you want? Like, I don't know, because I know if I had one, that's who I'm not just giving random rides on it.
It would be intimate, because like you say, either on 2 wheels or 3 on either motorcycle, it's gonna be intimate because they got to, in some instances, especially more on the 2-wheel, they got to hold you by your waist. It got to be close. You know what I mean? So you're gonna feel that closeness because they're right on your back. You feel what I'm saying? But some women just want to take that ride.
Right. And I say, when they had events, I know that's what they're there for. But if we're gonna make it a date, to me, it's a destination that we're going somewhere. We're gonna ride on this. I'm gonna get the thrill of the reverse spoon thing. And we're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna get a little picnic, and then we're gonna ride back, because you can't do a whole lot of talking. And I don't know, because I guess if you got the little microphones we got
the microphones now, so you can actually talk while you ride. So but it makes it into an intimate spot, but then that's also segue into the subtle hints of what's to come, because that's definitely an intimate moment.
And that's why I said, to me, it ain't intimate driving in the car. It's close. If we're gonna drive to Florida, we're gonna be in a car for 4 or 5 hours. To me, that's another intimate setting. Even though she may go to sleep, if we're gonna be locked in the cabin, we need to make sure that we like each other.
Yeah. But
anytime we traveling together,
sometimes you don't know until you get close to them.
Yeah, I'm not. Go ahead, Mark.
Conversation that you can possibly have, you can talk about it. You hearing that, but until you in that moment next to them for 3-4 hours, and you ain't got no choice but to lock in, that's when you realize, this just may not be it. Sometimes it takes that. You know what I mean? Everything be vibing until you get in there, and now y'all got a disagreement about a song on the radio. I can't believe you still listen to R. Kelly, and I'm gonna listen to him till I die. But now we come to the party. Yeah, now we beefing over this. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes everything be smooth, but when you get into that intimate setting, like a car ride, then you realize, like, yeah, this ain't the one. Or you just riding for hours and it's just complete silence, because you realize our conversations aren't where they should be. We can't just talk and ride, for hours. We just looking out the window, one on social media and the other one driving. So, you may just not have that true connection. And until you get into that moment, you just don't know.
And that's for the new people, because that's for new dates, because once you establish, you can drive and everything can be quiet and wonderful. You know what I mean? But that's down the line. That's down the line.
Man, that's if I'm in the car ride for over an hour, barring somebody going to sleep. If you up, we should be talking. Right. We should have talked about 45 different subjects.
Oh yeah, sure.
We better have car karaoke. We done talked about everything about our life, our future. We'll talk about your co-workers. But I think that conversation should be flowing.
And unless I know you just got off work and I want to go because I just came and scoot you up, I'm gonna let you take a little nap. But yeah, and to me, like I said, that's one of the things where you already got a little rapport built up because you want to be with them. You truly enjoy their company. Mm-hmm. And part of the destination is the journey. Yeah. Like, we can sit and talk because once we get here, we're gonna be moving, we're gonna be doing this and this and this. So the time to talk is on this ride. Because now we can ask crazy questions, we can do this, we can do that. And that's to say, we gotta pay more attention to dating, what we realistically want out of it and what we expect out of it. That's because I'm immediately turned off when women start asking about my finances. Man, it's just not what's up.
You give up that information. She should make sure you're gonna pay all the bills.
To me, we're not gonna have a conversation because, again, it's like I don't mind the 50-50 conversation because I want to know where their head is too. but let's just keep it as real generic, you know. So it's like, you know, let's find out who you are. You know, tell me some things about you. Tell me, like I said, you know, when we say, oh, I want to marry my best friend. I said, well, how you gonna marry your best friend if you can't talk? I'm confused on that because
you can't tell me everything.
I don't know who got a best friend that they don't talk to.
And you can't tell me everything is my best friend. Some
well,
stuff
like
I'm gonna expect you to keep to yourself.
We can't even build up to that if your conversation is already being filled. I mean, I don't expect you to give me all the dirt on you, but if we're working toward that, we should be able to have some basic conversations, even some uncomfortable. Because hell, most of the stuff we say to our best friends, we wouldn't say to other people. So, and I told her, I said, I think it's disrespectful, and to me, it's a flag if you're looking for your best friend, because how you 40, 50 years old and you don't have a best friend, and I can just come in and step into your best friend role in 6 months. To me, that's a warning sign. You should have had 2 or 3 best friends by now. You ain't never had one, so I already put you in a different category. Because who 50 years old, who 40 years old and don't have a best friend already?
Maybe they saving one best friend slot for their mate. You know, I got this best friend, but I'm gonna save this slot for my mate.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with who at 40 ain't got a best friend.
Yeah, and it's not. It shouldn't be just a friend. You know, you've had best friends. You know,
it's just that slot they're gonna say. You know,
so they've been firing everybody else who could have been a best friend.
Yeah, when you find your man, you get rid of all your old friends. You put they get rid of every friend they had because they my man. They don't need no friends no more.
Right, which again, it's a red flag. Run.
Red flag means stop.
And run the other direction.
No, you go ahead and make it work. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just kidding. But other things you can do. Like right now, the holiday season, Botanical Garden is a cooler spot to go to.
That's nice. Yeah,
that's
nice.
You go there. They actually holiday season. They got the lights. They got the light thing going. So you get to see flowers. But in this same moment, you walking, you talking. So you gotta have somebody that they want to walk. So I guess they're gonna exclude a lot of obese people out of the low key stuff that you do, because there's always gonna be plenty walking to save a few dollars.
So Mark, that about Botanical Gardens, I'm guessing that's pretty intimate setting, you know. But so
always.
This one, huh? What'd you say?
Always. I just don't see a date not being an intimate setting early on dating. I think all early on dates should be intimate settings.
No, I like it. I'm just saying that so I'm thinking maybe this one's too much. I'm gonna ask y'all, but out here we got a butterfly zoo. So you go in there, there's butterflies everywhere. You know, flying around. They free. You know, different types. You know, and a woman would love that. Most women would love it. And I'm just saying that might be too much for you know when you first.
That's too much BVP. That's too intimate.
For first date.
He don't want to do nothing to the 9th date.
What's up, Birmingham Rick? Oh, no.
Man, that ain't Birmingham Rick. I know for a fact you will blow $30 betting on Alabama. So, you know, you're looking at maybe $30 a person. But when you get our age, and you're seriously with somebody, you dating and whatnot, you're not paying for the date, you're paying for the experience.
Right. Conversation.
It's the experience. So, yeah, $30 at Burger King is too much money. I agree. But I'm going for the experience. It's a memory that I'm going to have because I ain't never been to Botanical Garden. So it's like, oh, wow.
It ain't cheap.
It's $30 a person.
But no, actually, because if you're doing something now, they're actually charging by car.
Well, I know for the holiday lights, it's a walkthrough. Botanical Garden also have
but that's a family event. So I mean, it has a romantic vibe, but it's a bunch of kids there too.
Yeah, but
it's nice and pretty.
Some nights they have adult nights and they have adult beverages, and you can walk through the garden without the kids.
You know, one of the things that's we got some free stuff. We got some free stuff out here in Arizona, and one of the big things they have out here is and it is, you know, some women might say, oh, it's not for me, but it's not about the game. It's spring training. All the teams come out here for spring training because we got the good weather. So come out here. The games are free. You just go sit in the stands.
Oh, that's dope.
It's nice, man. You just go sit in this. The games are free or they're cheap. Either one, real cheap. Not like
I'm gonna say cheap because I ain't gonna say free.
I've been in some. I got in some free. That's why I'm saying it's either free
You
or cheap.
snuck in. You jumped the fence.
Hey, I ain't jumping nothing, brother. I'm coming down something breaking. It's not me. I'm not your dude. But yeah. So but it's a nice day, you know. And it's the thing. Like I'm not really into the baseball. Like this baseball is spring training. I'm not really into it. But it's interesting to see, and it's a billion people. It's good days. The weather's good. You know, you grab, you know, chips, a hot dog, whatever you want, and you can have conversation and watch the game. I think that's a good thing to do.
That's actually true. I mean, I actually went to when I was in Tampa earlier this year, and I went to the Braves Yankees game in Tampa.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself, even though I was down there by myself. I still had fun and enjoyed myself. I love watching baseball in person, but it's cool. It's a nice little setting. I went to Oakland last year, caught the A's game, and they right before they closed their stadium. So it was nice. You know, tickets were very inexpensive. Baseball tickets are cheaper than you think.
And you know what? And that's something that more people, more men especially, know how to do. Learn how to date yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people who are not comfortable going somewhere by themselves. They need somebody with them. And to me, I get it. Go somewhere by yourself. If you like it, then take somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, so now you can enjoy the experience with them. Or, you know, that's why sometimes it's like, you know, it's fun. I've heard people say, don't take me nowhere that you took your last one. Well, if I had a good time, why wouldn't I take you? Stupid.
Yeah.
You know,
Super stupid.
You stupid. You know,
Super stupid.
Hey, the thing is too with like just on that same note, DVP, it's like that's how you find the good restaurants too. Go by yourself, go have a meal, you know, taste the food. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat sometimes, so just go by yourself and have a meal. And if you like it, you be like, now you got a place you can bring somebody back to and just hang out and have a good time. And you know the food's gonna be good because you know the best thing about going out at the end of that hard week. If the food is bad, you're gonna be mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I know people who diet the whole week and they're looking forward to that weekend and go out to that dinner. And if the food's bad, they mad, man. You know, so just go, you know, just go enjoy yourself and explore. It's kind of an exploratory thing.
But even with that, how many of us have found good restaurants on bad days and we took somebody else? We enjoyed the food, we just didn't like the company. It's just like, I'm not gonna keep looking for new shit. I found a good place. You been here with somebody else? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. I've been here before.
But see, and this is where my sarcasm kick in, because when it's time to get to the adult moments, I'm saying, hey, has somebody else been here before me? Oh damn, I want the new one. No, yeah, there is no new one. We good.
Go pop a new one in.
Right. You know, like
that's a good one. You know, but some other things, and there's other things to do around the city. If you are like me, I grew up in video game era. I know DVP, everything was on stone tablets. But my third spot in Chattahoochee area over off of Howell Mill, my third spot, it will take you back. It took me back to my childhood. Video games. All the old arcade games, video games that you played as a kid, they all right there. They all there. When I went there, it was maybe $30 a person. Some nights it's $15, just depending on when you go. During the week is expensive. I mean, less expensive than the weekend. My third spot, great spot, especially if you got somebody that you're really kicking it and vibing with. This, or that you just talk to them and they just, you know, after they tell you certain things about their childhood. Oh, I used to play this on Nintendo all the time. I used to play this. You know, you when you're talking, you find your likes. Even at 47, I still play video games. So
and it's crazy because I like Dave and Buster's. It's expensive, but you get to know a lot about somebody when you're doing these. But you got to like them already. But Dave and Buster's, like I said, it's a cool date. Andretti's, it's a cool date. But like I said, anytime you involve video games, man, video games cost way more than food.
But the thing about my third spot is one fee. Once you pay, all the games are free once you get inside.
Where is this? Let me write this down.
On my third spot, it's in Chattahoochee. Off Chattahoochee. So I've Howell Mill. They got it's a whole little complex over there with good restaurants.
What the name of it? Player quit playing.
My third spot.
Oh, that's the name of it.
Hey, what y'all doing? Abbott and Costello?
I done talked about Botanical Garden. I done talked about.
Well, I heard my first spot, my second spot. I'm with you. Hey, ain't that what the VR thing is?
It's my third spot.
Ain't that what the VR place is?
No, the VR place I went to, and I was gonna get to it. It's up at Truist.
No, but it's one. It's one because I went to one. I want to say that's what my third spot was. And then it's funny that you say it's on my list of places to go.
My third spot.
Yeah, because when stuff pop up on Facebook, or I'll be like, let me check this out. Let me check this out.
Yeah, and that's what I do. So my third spot, like I say, I play childhood games, off road, and they had a whole Nintendo 64 state. I mean, the game itself, the actual Nintendo 64 with the cartridges. It was, man, I enjoyed myself. The food and drinks were good too.
But and it's so much you can do. I mean, hell, I want to go to one of these little pottery classes. The pottery classes ain't that expensive. That's something that you can do. Unless they seen if they seen ghosts, then it's intimate. If they ain't seen ghosts, it's just a fun little something to do. Make your own candles. Because you get to do a little talking. You get to see how people treat other people. It's slightly romantic without being intimate. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be cool and vibe through that. You know what I'm saying? You still get to know a lot about a person, and you get to just talk. But there's so many things that you can do that don't revolve around eating at an expensive restaurant.
That is true.
So many, but a lot of them require that you have some conversations prior to, because you don't want to pick her up and she got on her after 5 clothes and you ready for bowling.
Yeah. I agree.
She didn't want you to tell, and that's why I said, for me, when women don't want to participate in the date, then why are we doing this?
Yeah, I haven't done it, but what looks interesting is a sip and paint, where you painting and you drinking wine. You
drink more.
It looks fun.
You drink more.
Nah, not now. I used to, but not now.
What you going to a pit sip and paint for? You ain't gonna sip, man.
No, I'm saying it looked fun.
It looked fun. It
actually
is. It actually is a lot of fun, man. You should check it out.
It's a love drinking. I can't drink now. Medical stuff.
Okay.
What's up, too, Sean? That's one of your friends, Mark. They call you Chips. I know they know you.
He played for Fusion.
Man, that was 100 years ago. I don't remember nothing to nobody.
Yeah, you probably don't.
But yeah, like I said, there are tons of things to do, but we got to pay attention to what's going on and control the narrative just a little bit more. Because there's tons of things, and if all they want you to do is, I said, chick came up, she's like, oh, you look like the kind of guy that take a woman to 5-star restaurants. I was like, yeah, you need to get your fucking women's intuition money back. I'm not going to a 5-star restaurant with some random girl. And the crazy thing is, most of the girls I've dated don't want 5-star restaurants, because I give more credit to a woman who values my money as much as I value it. They want to find things to do that are, if we're gonna spend a lot of money, it need to be a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
If you just want to go for a hot air balloon ride, that's some we in a relationship shit. They didn't know we dating. We in a relationship. We got keys and shit like that. Hot air balloons are expensive. They can be fun, but
I'm gonna hot air balloon. I'm gonna somehow figure it out too.
Right, but that doing the helicopter thing, man, I'm not finna just do that with some random.
Yeah, nah. We done did the booty the night before.
We done did it like 100 nights before. 100 nights. And but like I said, and it's crazy because I've seen guys saying they done this, and I'm like, on the first, second, third date, you gotta be shitting me. Because at some point we set the bar too high for ourselves. Because if you start off here, what are you progressing to? You don't already set the bar so high that what you gonna do for a second date? And more you don't. But if I take her to the Sundial on the first date, I can't go backwards no more. The Sundial ain't close to being cheap. A Caesar salad at the Sundial is $27. Where you gonna go after that? Because you done already set that bar so high.
You better start at Salados.
You balling now. You balling now.
Yeah.
Right. And now you mad because you spent all this money. But hey, man, you didn't know your personnel. You don't know. I don't care what they say, what we say. You don't know what they worth. You don't know what they worth until later on. So govern yourself accordingly. If she don't want to do little things with you, it's like the thing say, if you don't want me at my lowest, you damn sure don't get me at my best. But I'm not finna start off right here. You know, it's like, you got to be shitting me. I'm gonna take a cruise and you're gonna be in another room. I'm gonna take a cruise and we're gonna sleep in separate. We're gonna go to Florida and we're gonna sleep in separate beds. Girl, you got to be shitting me.
Out your rabbit
that's
ass.
cool if we split in separate checks, you know, all the way.
No, we're not. No, we're gonna go on
going.
separate trips.
We going on separate trips.
We're not going. We're not even
You can't even get on the boat, man. What's with you, man? She can't get on the boat.
No, because now if we going on a cruise and we sleeping in separate rooms, man, I'm gonna find somebody to get in the room with me.
Right.
Now you're gonna be upset because somebody in the room with me, and ain't nobody got time for that foolishness.
Right. And
we
it's like
we together.
everything don't revolve around sex. You're right, everything don't, but this trip does.
This
trip does.
You know, and DVP, I was gonna tell you, if you thought about going to my third spot, Activate Atlanta is just as good.
Okay.
That's some wild shit. I tell you this. I am a competitor. So when I went to Activate, I had the grandkids with me. So I'm in this thing, we in these games, and I look out there, my name I'm in the top 10. So now y'all better keep up so I can stay in the top 10. My name fell out the top 10, boy. I was pissed at my grandkids.
Then you had to go back and you say it's all inclusive because you got to go back and play again. That's why you can't do certain things.
So with Activate, you pay, it's like 60, you get a 60 minutes for like $20, $25, and then you get 90 minutes for like maybe $30. But they got about 10, 15 different games, but you can do them during the whole time frame that you're there. So you can do stuff over. It's a lot of competitive stuff there, but for me, it's fun, and I'm a competitor. So I was like, man, I ain't in the top 10 no more. I need to get a whole new family. But it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Definitely a lot of fun. It's somebody that you got that's willing to have fun and try something different and able to. It's almost like a competition. You feel what I'm saying? Everything ain't competing, but it's like they definitely got a basketball goal. So they may have everybody in there at one time. You got 6 basketball goals, and you all trying to get the high score. So everybody shooting on their own goal. I need everybody to carry their own weight. You know, if I hit 15, then I need y'all to hit 8 apiece. You know, I know my jumper wet, so I get that part. But definitely fun. And if you got somebody that's semi-competitive or that y'all can just have fun with, the different games that they have, it's all interactive. Okay. You know, so it's you doing something to beat something. So it's all a lot of fun. You know what I mean? So it was like a rock climbing thing where you crawling on, you climbing on the wall, but you're going horizontal instead of vertical. Okay. You know, but you can't touch certain spots. When it turn red, you can't touch this spot. So you're trying to avoid these spots, but a lot of fun. Like I say, it's maybe $20 to $30 a person. But
see, I just did the VR thing. It was cool.
Minutes, if you didn't somebody for 90 minutes, like DVP say, hit clock on. So in 90 minutes, we had okay time. We can part ways. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of fun. Just things to do around the city. You know.
But see, that's one of the things when you check, because if you're not into games and stuff like that, then to me, you know what I'm saying, you already telling you ain't that fun. You know, it's like, I'm too old for this. You know what? Let me pass you back because you don't ever want to have fun. You just keep you want to do show off stuff and expensive stuff. You don't want to just, like I said, if you want to go to Dave and Buster's, even though it's slightly expensive, I give you credit because when you at Dave and Buster's, you got to be competitive.
Got to be.
The drinks is good, but it's a big game room. When you go to Andretti's, they got the go-karts. They got a couple of spots. Man, yeah, I want to know. I want to know that you about this life, that you competitive about something. Because, and I'm gonna say this about Mark, and I ain't knowing like that. But me and Mark, we got some trash talk in us. What we gonna do with a girl who ain't got no trash talk in them? See, we gonna end up. They're gonna be easily offended. They're not gonna get it. It's gonna be stuffy. You know, it's like we might as well just go to the library and look at each other.
Yeah.
You know, don't nobody want that. You know. And you know, that's why I say it's important that we start having conversations before these dates. So we know, hey, is this person even worth investing my time, or do I just want to hit it and quit it? Then, you know, govern yourself accordingly. Because I think a lot of times we finding girls that we just want to sleep with, and they're the ones we keep calling gold diggers because we really ain't got no interest in them, or we know they don't have no interest in us, but we keep trying to, we keep trying to force the issue and offering things that we know we don't want to do.
True that. True that.
And it's like, you know, I don't want to go to the high museum on the first date. That's some stuff after we done talked and I know you into that. I'm cool with it because I like it because at our high museum, they got 3D movies. I'm sorry, IMAX movies. And they're educational. So if you into that, like I like watching the Discovery Channel. I like watching Animal Planet and stuff like that. So if you into that, okay, cool. There's something that we can vibe on. You know, we went to Fernbank and watched the whole solar system thing. You know, that's some nerdy shit, but it's something that we can vibe on. But as Mark said, when we want to go to the game room, shit, she tossing her sneakers on, putting her jeans on. Okay. Then if I want to go to season 52, you know, she put on her little war makeup, looking like, oh my goodness. But you can match all the things that I want to do, all the things you want to do, I can match, so we can start moving forward.
Yeah.
But if you only want to do this stuff that's expensive and ain't fun, I want to go to the opera. I want to go see a Christmas play. I want to go see this. Well, there ain't none of that shit fun to me. And this is the point. At some point, if we're dating, at some point, some of this crazy shit you want to do, you need to be like, babe, I got us tickets for this. See, you know what? Now you just warm me up because you got us tickets. Oh shit, you got us tickets. Man, I dated one chick, and we was just talking. She was like, when your birthday? And I was like, we already had this conversation. And like 10 minutes later, she said, you know, I'm going. She was from the Virgin Islands.
Oh,
she was like, you know, I'm going home. I'm going home in 2 months. I was like, yeah, you told me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you said you're going for a week, so it's cool. When you get back, you know, we still hang out. She like, oh, well, I just bought you a plane ticket too. Hold on, you don't even know if I got the time off. It don't matter, I'm taking off now. But the fact she did that, the fact that she just did it like that, she got points. She got points. You sit there and you trick me answering questions while you filling out the flight information.
Mm-hmm.
And you just bought my ticket. Oh.
I bet money he cried, Mo. I bet he cried.
I got to check. I said, hey, I thought you said you weren't taking nobody home with you to meet your parents unless y'all was in a serious relationship. Because see, from what she told me, we weren't serious. I mean, I liked her, but you know, once you give me my ceiling, I'm cool. She like, oh well, I don't know. She said you might be a keeper. I was like, okay, that's what's up.
And he done bumped their head on the ceiling.
So it didn't work, but the fact that she did that, that's why I'm always confused when guys say, "Oh, women don't pay for this one." You must didn't pay attention to a lot of stuff. You missed a lot of clues.
He did.
So why you still doing stuff if they ain't paying for stuff? You know, why are you still paying for everything? And I still believe that whoever's the primary breadwinner should pay for a little bit more, but that don't mean they should be the only one paying.
That makes sense.
At some point, the other one got to find something they can afford and do it too. If you can't afford to do nothing but let's go to the skating rink because you got an extra $20 and we go skating. You know, I hate skating, but at least you're trying to do something because you know what I like. We're gonna do something that you can afford to take me out to do. But like I said, that's right to Sean, the planetarium. But it's got to be something that at least one of y'all is enthusiastic about it. Because sometimes if the person that we going with is enthusiastic, they make it better for us because then we got our own tour guide. And they explain this stuff to us, but we still got to have a little interest in it.
I just went to the planetarium about 3 weeks ago in Baltimore, and I truly enjoyed myself. It was actually pretty dope. I hadn't been since a kid, but I enjoyed the planetarium.
Ain't it crazy that we start liking as adults that we was like, man, ain't no way in the hell.
It's nostalgia because your old ass remember the planetarium at Harper High.
You know what it is, Mark? Remember them commercials that we see? Am I really turning to my parents? It's like shit.
Yes,
I'm turning to damn. So yeah. Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back because it's the holiday season, and it's a couple of things I just want to talk about. There's a couple things I just want to talk about. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. It's going to be a 30-second break, y'all. So for real, it's quick. So, you know,
just
I don't know if you can be that quick or get you a drink that quick, but it's going to be like 30 seconds. But we'll be right back.
Come on back.
I love Atlanta, a city in the forest. Hi, I'm Jeff Cleveland, seasoned loan officer in the Atlanta market. And whether you're buying a new home, refinancing to do debt consolidation, home improvements, or just to lower your payments, give me a call. I'll ensure that you're treated with dignity and respect, that you're informed throughout the process, and that there are no surprises at closing. Give me a call and let's get started.
And everybody left me. All right, so it's December. I'm sorry, it's November the 19th.
December.
It's November. I was drinking. It's November the 19th, and I'm gonna share something with y'all. Just cause transparency. A few years ago, on the, I forgot what day it was. It's gonna come up on my timeline. Whatever this coming Monday is. A few years ago, I had planned to commit suicide. Had a plan, had everything figured out, did everything that suicidal people do. I even left some little clues. I left 2 clues on Facebook, and I was like, "Damn, I'm one of them." And when somebody, they didn't reach out to me, they came to where I was. And I say that because the holiday season is upon us. People who suffer from depression, not people who are sad. I want y'all to understand there's a difference between being depressed and suffering from depression. And it's worse this time of year because all the holidays are coming up. Everybody talking about family, everybody talking about getting together, and people who have lost somebody, they're gonna be depressed, and some of them still suffer from depression. But it's just worse this time of year. Like, so you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, and you got New Year's. It's the time of year everybody start doing everything. And this is all I want to say. And I've talked about this, that if you know somebody, for those of y'all who got real people that y'all call real friends or that you're really close to, if you see them going through something, especially on Facebook, do not tell them to call you. Do not ask them what's going on. Either call them or go see them. Part of being depressed, the illness, is that you don't think that you're a valuable member of society. Your esteem, no matter how you look outwardly, it's at the bottom. And when people who claim to love you or who claim that they're going to check on you don't do it, you prove to them that they're not worthy of being checked on. So when you see a post, when you hear something from them and it says it's different from what you expect, reach out to them. Go to their house. If they live in another state, call somebody and tell them to go over there and check on them. Don't ask them to call you. Well, what's going on, sis? I'm here if you need me. What's going on, bro? I'm here if you need me. Why don't you just call them? Because clearly, whatever made you say that, the Facebook post made you say that, so why not follow it up? What you don't want to do, like I said, is you don't want to validate the fact that they think they're worthless. Nobody's going to check on me. I can tell everybody I'm going to commit suicide, and everybody they're going to do what's right for Facebook or what's right for social media. They're going to heart the comment. They're going to send a little tear emoji. They're going to write all these little comments. But who going to call? Who going to go stop by? Who going to reach out to one of their friends and say, yo, I got a friend. He over there. Hey, this is the address. Go by there. So don't lie and say you're a good friend. Don't lie and say I'm going to check on you. Don't lie and say I'm here if you need me. And I talked about this before too. Sometimes when your friend call and they don't want nothing, they do want something. They just want somebody to listen to them. So if they call, listen to their voice if they're really your friend. See how they sound. You might be busy. You might really, truly be busy. But make sure you call them back. You might be their last hope. And you just can't say, oh, I got it. You know, I had a couple of people who I called. I'm going to call you back. 4 years later, they still ain't called me back. Wow. Oh, man, I forgot all about it. And all I tell them, I say, you know, ain't no sweat. I said, but all I'm telling you is what I've been telling you. You're proving my point. Most of us have been to a funeral. Most of us have either been part of it or whatever. And you know how funerals go? When there's a funeral, everybody come to the funeral. Everybody tell their lies about, oh, you know, oh, y'all was great people. So-and-so was great people. I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you need me. That shit is good for 2 weeks. Because after that first month, if you've been the one somebody who lost somebody, how many people really stayed in touch with you to check on you to make sure you was good? And conversely, if you were going there to show your last respect, how many of these people did you check on a month or 2 months later to make sure they were still good? And this is, I mean, I know life is life and everybody got something going on. But if we're going to be truly about that life and look out for our people and be our brother's keeper, be our sister's keeper, some of these people crying out for help, and all you doing is saying, well, I know you need some help, but reach out to me. I know you need some help, but reach out to me because you're really not important enough for me to reach out to you. You're really not important enough for me to call you on my way while I'm riding home from work, while I'm riding to work when I know I ain't got shit else to do but drive. You ain't really worth me calling you then. So you got to be a little bit more deliberate, intentional about what you do and what you say. And if you know you're not gonna call them, just tell them that. Don't sit there and validate their negative opinions of themselves. Oh, I didn't know that's what I was doing. Well, what do you call it when you ignore somebody? You ask them something, they say they're gonna do something, they don't do it. What do you call it? No, it wasn't that serious. It wasn't serious for you because you the one who suffered from depression, but from the friend who was suffering from depression. And I looked at it because people would always call me and say something, and I look. When you look at the Robin Williams, you look at anybody famous who committed suicide, and you'll see the same thing. They all left notes, but outwardly they all look happy. But somebody knew they weren't. And you'll see the ones who got survivor's remorse, and it's like, damn, I was supposed to go by there today. If I'd have went by there, it wouldn't have happened. But you got so busy doing nothing that you didn't have time to go check on your friend who you knew or you felt they needed something. And understand this. I realize you can't always stop by, but call them. If it's somebody you know what their voice sounds like. You know what their voice sounds like. And it's crazy because you see all the commercials. Every time you see a suicide, they say call a hotline just so you can have somebody to talk to. So they're even telling you that most people who are suicidal just want somebody to talk to. They would prefer a friend. And the one sucky something about men, and me and Mo was on the show and we talked about this, is men don't know what to do when their man friend is crying. They don't know how to, most of us don't know how to process that or what to deal with it. And, me and Mo was on the show and the guy was like, oh yeah, I know what to do. I'm just slap his ass. And everybody just got down quiet and looked at him. I hope y'all know I was joking. And that's the point. Why would you joke when we talk about a serious subject? We talk about something that affects more black men than we want to admit to. But now the subject is up. You think if you got a friend now who's suffering, they're gonna reach out to you? Because you're making a joke about it. Because typically that's what we like to do, because we want to turn everything in the left because we want to take some of the heat off us. We know what to do if our woman is crying. We know what to do when a woman is crying. We console them, yada, 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 yada. But when it's a man, what do? Well, damn, I don't know. Let's take him to the strip club. That ain't what you need. Sometimes men, women, as much as we want to hate it, we're the same animal. One gene separates us. One gene. Sometimes men just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes they just need somebody to listen to them and just let them vent. I spent 4 hours talking to a guy on Facebook who saw one of my posts and said he had nobody to talk to. I called him at like 10:30. We talked to almost 4 a.m.
Wow.
Never met this guy before. Never met this guy. And he's like, only somebody who reached out to me. And you don't even know me. And I was like, wow. So I just want y'all to understand that, like I said, because it is the season. It's coming up on my anniversary. I was going to commit suicide. And it's a constant reminder because I make sure I still see it. So when I was at my lowest, and this ain't to blame none of y'all, but I know who said they would be there for me, and none of them were there for me. And I try to do better now. I still have the same thoughts. I just don't have a plan suicide no more. But I know when I did, somebody came to me. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's 7:30. We're going to talk about something else. Y'all got any questions, fellas?
I got a question for you.
Damn it.
Yeah, I got a question. So
I hate you.
And I don't know if you get in depth, but so I may see one of my friends post. What type of message did you, or what type of note did you leave on Facebook. So if I see it from someone else, I may be able to identify it. Because you are different. I mean,
Yeah, because mine was coded.
And that's what I was finna say. You the type that, you know, you put it on there, but then so many people look post things, and it's almost like they just crying out for attention versus the ones that actually want someone to talk.
Look at how they normally post. If the post seems too sad or it seems like a doomsday post, you know, even like when people say, I'm missing my grandma, I'm missing somebody, call them. Because that's, for a lot of people, that's the activator.
Okay.
Because let's just say, and like I said, it's a big difference between suffering from depression and being depressed. But let's just say Joe and his mom were close. Well, his mom died, so guess what? He don't get to spend Thanksgiving with no more.
Mm-hmm.
So now her death is hitting him all over again. He's thinking about all the things they did together. His rock ain't there no more. He needs somebody there. He ain't got nowhere to go for Thanksgiving because his mom ain't there. Everybody who said they was gonna be there, everybody forgetting to invite him to events. Or even if they are inviting him, they forgetting how much he suffered from losing her because she was somebody important to him. He can't just ride by that. He still needs to process that. And you know, when you lose somebody close, you eventually learn to stop crying about it, but you don't ever get over it. The sadness still comes. It'll hit you when you least expect it. So when they make a post and it's a little bit sadder than the other posts, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Them clues, reach out. Don't just think they're going through a Facebook moment. Even if you think they're going through a Facebook moment, reach out. Just reach out. I mean, what's it gonna cost you to give up 5 minutes of your time? Because most of us, we either drive to work or we drive home from work. So you got 5 minutes. We're not that busy that we can't reach out and make a phone call. Sometimes that booty call, hey, let's make it out. Let me talk to my friend first, and I'm gonna get to this booty call. And that's all I'm saying is at some point, these people that we claim to be so that we care about, these friends, the ones that we say, hey man, I got you. If you're gonna say it, mean it. If you don't mean it, don't say it. Because at least if you don't say it, they don't expect it from you. They only expect it from people who say it to them. And it's like, you know, because who don't need a friend? Even people who claim to be loners and this and this and this. Anybody who claim to be a loner, I can tell you right now, that you know they already suffer from depression. Because humans inherently need other humans. You know, they've done the studies. A baby that's born, that's kept away from humans, will die. They need that contact. Nobody's built to be alone. We're built to be around people. Whether we're intimate or not, we're built to be around people. We don't have to be around crowds all the time. But even people who have a small circle got people they're close to. Because we're just not meant to be alone. So look and see if the posts change, you know, if they all joking most of the time, or they talking about sports, they doing this, and all of a sudden the posts just get a little bit darker. They become a little bit shorter. Or sometimes like, hell, I've seen probably 10 to 15 suicide notes on Facebook. But they telling people, you know, this is it. You know, one of the guys when I was a coroner, it's crazy. He made a post and he was like, by the time y'all read this, I would already shot myself. Well, and I know he couldn't have. He couldn't have because you can't. And you can now because you can make a post later. But when he posted it, he got 60 comments. Everybody saying, call me. I got his phone. Ain't now missed call on his phone. Ain't nobody call him. Not now text. Ain't nobody call him.
Wow. Jeez.
But they all responded to Facebook. And I was like, that is so fucking crazy.
And the last thing you want to do is tell people, give somebody instructions in that moment. You know, you got to call them. You can't say call
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got a question. This might be a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So there's, you know, we talking about depression, right? So I'm guessing there's a clinical, and so is it clinical or is it social, or is neither one of those even make sense? Like, is it a clinical depression or a social depression because it's, you know, you need society and people around you, or is it a clinical thing, meaning that is biological?
clinical means you close to being hospitalized. Clinical is the worst level.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all. It's just telling you levels. Because like I say, all of us suffer from depression at some point in time, just because of life. Depression truly is a mental illness. Because everything can be going good until it ain't. And it don't even have to be nothing going bad. It's just that all of a sudden you just realize that you're phony, nobody cares, you're this, or that, and all these thoughts come rushing in. And everybody sees something different. And it's like, Mommy and you ain't been friends that long, but like back in the days when I was doing all the club stuff, everybody see me with a bunch of women. I'm posting all this, everybody think I'm funny. And it was at my worst. But I'm trying to keep up an image. All the while I'm suffering.
Wow.
Because I don't want nobody to ask me nothing. I'm posting. Man, I wish I had your life. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I wish you did too. I don't want this disease. It sucks. It sucks that y'all make me sick. It sucks to sit around and think about ways to kill yourself. It sucks, but you can't control it. So what do you do? You avoid people. You put on the front, put on the suit, tie your bow tie, go out and smile, find women. Everybody, oh, look at him, man. He always around good-looking women. Oh, man, he enjoying the good life. And I tell people, when you look at the people who we know to commit suicide, everybody say the same thing. I thought they were so happy based on the outward appearance. Because most depressed people are great actors. And it's crazy. It sucks. As honest as I claim to be, as transparent as I claim to be, I'm a big liar too. When y'all ask me how I'm doing, I'm always say I'm good. Knowing I'm not. I have a happy face. I'm gonna have a joke. I'm gonna have some smart ass comments for you. But my life is sucking. What do you say? Oh man, DVP, you got it good. So if I break down and tell you my life ain't good, why the fuck are you trying to tell me that is? I'm telling you it ain't. Who the fuck says their life ain't shit? But I talk to a couple. Man, I wish I had your life. So you think I'm just sitting here telling you how shitty my life is, and you sitting here telling me you only know what I'm showing you. You don't get to
right.
As somebody once said, you can't judge a man until you walk him out in his shoes, not on his Facebook page, not what you see out there. Walk in the shoes, and then say you want this life. Walk in those.
And I understand what you're saying, DVP, because from early 2000, late 90s, early 2000s when I met you to when I really started interacting with you was probably 2011, 2012, which Facebook. We ended up in groups together. And I'm like, oh, that's the old slow nigga. But I realized that.
Hold on. Say with the good hands, bro. Say with the good hands.
The old nigga, and I'm gonna give him his prop with the good hands. He had hands. He ain't run that but a hitch. But from what you posted and from our interactions from running into you at backstage, or any group event that you may be in at, yes, you did look like nigga living his best life. So under the surface, I never would have saw it. And I never had a relationship with you to where I would understand that you feel or notice a difference in you. So like you say, you put on a good image. When I come to backstage, you suited, booted, and you know what I mean? You smiling and entertaining. So I never saw it. But I want to be able to identify that in my friends now, because as I'm older, I value their friendships. You feel what I'm saying? And I try to be more I'm trying to think of the word, but I want to be more. I want to be there for my friends in a manner that's intentional. But in the same sense, they're masking or they're covering and they're covering it so I don't see it. But I like I say, for my friends, I want to be there because I definitely don't want to hear about that. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I didn't know what you were going through, but at that time, it still would have affected me based on just the old relationship that we had from playing against each other. Right. And then, like I say, when we started interacting 2010, 11, 12, whenever it was, it still would have had an effect on me. So having this conversation lets me know that I need to be more intentional with checking on my friends that may be in that place.
And I would say, honestly, one of the best things to do is just to have an open conversation without joking or being judgmental. And people will start to open up to you. Like I said, the first time I did this, I had about 10, 15 people in my inbox. One of my friends called me maybe 6 months ago. He saw an old show and he called me. I never knew either. And we talked for like 3-4 hours. But we blame women for not creating a safe space, but men don't create safe spaces for men. So that's on us. So once it's created, then the conversations are easier once somebody opens that door. And it's like, when I decided to do the show, my management team say, because they knew. And they was like, then you got to do it because nobody would believe it. Because nobody knows what depression looks like because it doesn't have a face. It looks like me. It looks like Mo. It looks like Mark. Nobody knows what depression looks like. So everybody who commits suicide, first thing I said, everybody's like, man, I would have never thought that. They look so happy the other day. But who talked to them? Who talked to them? Not talked with them. Who talked to them? Just heart to heart shit. No joking. Just shit, man. And sometimes you have to give a little of yourself, and then we'll start opening up. But men want to say space because we don't want to be called soft. We don't want to be called this. We don't want to be called that. So we got to be careful about who we open up to. It ain't women who fuck us over. It's dudes. It's our own brethren who fuck us over. Like I said, Mo was on the show. We were trying to have a conversation, and when dude said, "Oh, I'm gonna just slap him."
Yeah, that was out of order. That was way out of order.
Right. So why would we continue this conversation once you say that? If I was going through a moment right there, why would I continue to talk to you?
Yeah.
And it's like that's what we do because we don't know how to handle that. Like I said, if it's our sons, we may be a little bit better with, but when it's a peer, we don't know what to do.
True.
Shit,
so
man.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
You done?
No. Go ahead.
All right. So what I wanted to know was for the actual depression, are there? So I got 3 questions, and you can answer however you want.
Let me get my pen so I don't forget none of them.
You ain't gonna forget. I got them written down. I already got them written down.
All right.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, so I feel like I've been paying attention, and I've seen you in certain situations around the same time of year. So one question would be, is it a time of year thing? Are there certain events? And what kind of other things? Like, it seems like it has a trigger. It doesn't just happen all the time, but I could be wrong. I'm asking a question. You let me know.
The first one, is it a time of year? For a lot of people it is, but that's mostly when you just become depressed. You're gonna get depressed whenever you get to the anniversary of your mother's death, your father's death. Those are and I said that's why it's in between being depressed and suffering from depression. Depression is forever. It's every single day.
Yep. Okay.
Now it does get worse on certain times of year just because, and there are triggers. The issue is knowing what the triggers are. Sometimes some triggers I know, some I have no clue. Like I say, I've been sitting around and all of a sudden depression jumped on me like a fucking gorilla and would not let me go. There was nothing going on, nothing. It was just there and it just wouldn't let up.
Wow.
So once you learn some of the triggers, you can avoid some of them, or you try to learn how to process them. But again, it has so much control. One of the things I would tell Trina, when we're having conversation, you need to check in first before if you got an issue, just ask me how I'm doing. I would tell her when it's coming. If she asks. If she don't ask me, I wouldn't tell her. But before you want to have a serious conversation, check in. Because what I don't want you to do is want to have a serious conversation when I'm going through an episode. Because you could be like, she could come in and be like, babe, I'm dying from cancer. If I'm going through depression, I don't give a fuck. I got a monster who's attacking me. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to be important to me. So now you upset with me because you feel like I'm ignoring you, but I'm fighting my own demons. So As I'm prioritizing, you get pushed to the back. So, but again, that's when you got to find people who can accept it, that you kind of had conversations with, because she was the first girlfriend that I ever told. I never told anybody else, because it was just, I was in denial. I was in denial because I'm like, yeah, I'm leading a happy life. Everybody want to be me. I'm putting on this happy face. I'm doing this. When you take the questionnaire, you realize it's all a front. The first time they ask you, are you happy? If I had to tell the truth, I was never happy. I had women. Mark said, I played football. I got a couple of trophies. People talk trash. We laugh about the old slow dude. I was never happy though. I was just going through the motions. I was doing stuff I was good at, so people couldn't tell anything, because it's like, oh man, look at him. He funny. He this. He got a podcast. He modeling. He do this. He do this. He do that. They were all things that try to keep depression off my ass. I had to stay busy. It don't work. Depression don't give a fuck what you're doing. You don't give a shit. You could just be, man. I've been in the middle of sex and bam, he's just hit. What you supposed to do? I thought I had him blocked. He's like, nope, I'm here, player. I'm here. We finna fuck up your whole bedroom, saying. So it's being depressed is seasonal. Suffering from depression, like I said, it's a lifelong thing. You just there are medicines you can take from it, to kind of put you in a zombie fucking like state and shit like that. But there's really nothing you can do about the disease. About the mood, like I said, the mood most times starts this time of year. Just because these are family events. And somebody lost a family member, they're gonna kick in a little bit harder. But whenever they lost a family member, those days gonna kick in harder. People who've lost their mother, it gets a little harder around Mother's Day. So people who lost their father, Father's Day. So some events you can kind of time out, especially holidays.
Yeah.
But when people are suffering from depression, it just is what it is. There's no rhyme or reason.
Got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's tough.
We got to end on the cheery note, fellas.
We got to end on a cheery note.
Mark, tell a joke.
I mean, we got. Like I said, I want to make sure we got this clear, because, like I said, it was just something I need to do, but I didn't want to do it until right before right before Thanksgiving. Like I said, because I just need people, as Mark was saying, I need you to start paying a little bit more attention to your friends. I need you to pay a little bit more attention to the people who mean something to you. If I'm being honest, I want you to just pay attention to people around you, because some of the best people I talk to were people I would have never considered friends, but they noticed as the old white people say, they noticed the hitch in my giddy up. They noticed I wasn't smiling as much, that I didn't have as much energy. So, a couple of dudes say, hey man, what's up with you? You're saying you're not that same old chipper guy. You good? We went inside there, I had a ginger ale. They let me unleash on them, and all was good. And it's like my go-tos initially ended up being people that I didn't even know. They were just people who were in my zone, and they saw me on a semi-regular basis, and they just noticed something was different. But the people who knew me, they were too busy doing everything else, wanting to beat me or whatever. They didn't notice they didn't notice anything was wrong. So it's just, it's just one of them things, man. It's one of them things.
That it is. I mean, but glad you was able to beat it. I'm not saying beat it, but glad you got over that moment.
Yeah. Like I say, if he wouldn't have showed up, then there would be no random thoughts of DVP. Like I said, I had a whole plan. I had everything figured out. Everything. And it's just so crazy. I got it on my calendar to remind me. Just to remind me.
And how long ago was it?
2019.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're glad we're here.
November 24th, 2019. It was on a Sunday.
Well, you want to meet me at my third place? When we going? What you laughing for? I will whoop your old ass in some video games.
That's not gonna happen.
Gee, where we going?
You must gonna play one of them crazy video games that don't nobody know nothing about.
Man, it don't. Oh, I forgot. You so old. All you got is a car with a joystick and one button. Nope.
And I can still
you play ColecoVision.
ColecoVision.
Yeah, we had Atari. I don't know that about what you talking
about.
Y'all
had Jack. You still play Jack Stones.
That's because we grew up in the project. They had nothing to do with that. No,
old as hell.
We had the football.
About all the old people stuff.
We had the football with the Lions, man.
What? When it's time to renew contracts, it's gonna be a lot of unemployed people.
Had that football game that didn't do nothing, make a whole lot of goddamn noise, and people just vibrate.
Oh yeah, or the ones with the dudes that they don't know which way to go.
That's why you put BBs in the base to make them go straight and make them plow through everybody. But y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all just hate that shit.
No, you had to set that at the bottom. They had the directional thing. You have to set that the right way, man, so they can Earl Campbell their way through the line.
Man, DVP was playing with a leather helmet at Thero.
Y'all know all about this stuff. And swear y'all see how
DVP tells you to fold your helmet up and put it in your pocket.
The hate is real. The hate is real. That's all I'm gonna say. The hate is real.
Shit is the truth. You ain't had no real helmet.
Fold your helmet up.
You just fold up, put it in the pocket for next week. Hey, DVP, this is some real the truth. Now we all know that Frederick Augusta Douglass High School in APS has always been the best school in APS. We know this.
Northside.
I did not know that Thero was one of them. I did not know that.
Daniel McLaughlin Thero.
I never knew.
Yep.
It wasn't no reason for me to research him because I was at the best in APS, but I just really recently found it out about 3 years ago.
Northside was always the best school in APS. Always.
Boy, kick rock. Northside and North Atlanta can kick rocks.
Okay, but Northside was the best school.
Doug.
Boy, stop playing.
Doug
was the best penitentiary.
You see it? I went to Douglas High. Boom, 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 boom. You see it?
So I got locked in the building. Doom, 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 doom. I was walked with my principal.
Why did Mo? And I love that. But did y'all not have central heating and air?
We talking about Northside. Northside was the best school. Northside was the Juilliard School of high school. Everybody couldn't go to Northside. You couldn't even go to Northside if you lived over there. You had the
Doug had central heating and air. Thero did not.
Okay, Doug had broken windows.
We had no windows.
That's right. That's why y'all had to have central heating in there because y'all didn't have no windows.
Give me the central heating in there. Y'all up there doing this, trying to get some heating. Some cool breeze in the summer.
Mo, you ever watch Star Trek?
Yeah, man.
Okay, Doug was the Borg. It was just a cube. That's all. It was just a cube. It was just a cube. That's it.
That's it, man. Hey, Nanu.
What Joe Mo to do this? Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I went to Chicago and met Joe Mo. That motherfucker throw it off.
The show didn't tell you that?
It did. But when this motherfucker opened up the door with an apron on and a pistol on his hip, what kind of shit is this? I didn't know if he was baking a cake or chasing bad guys, man. I'm like, what is wrong with this clown? Hey, man, that Joker was funny.
And you stayed.
I did, man.
You saw a man with an apron and a pistol, and you stayed, Mark.
The Joker's so interesting, man. I thought,
Mark, a man with an apron and a pistol is never. That's not what we call interesting, Mark.
Hey, man. No, I had to go in and investigate.
Mark, work with me. A man with an apron and a pistol. Mark, we call that a clue. We call that a clue.
So I had to keep investigating.
Clearly, you don't know. You stayed. Clearly, you know.
Hey, man, that Joker that is like the commercials, Dos Equis commercial. That's the most interesting man in the world. I was like, he take you from collector figures, or what we call his dolls. He ain't gonna call them dolls, but he go from his dolls to his race cars to he's Etsy. He's an Etsy professional. So if you want some Christmas ornaments, call him. He up there making Christmas ornaments with his 3D printer. I think he had a bomb shelter in there because this is place and he wouldn't let us go, but I think that was a bomb shelter. But Joe Mo is an interesting fellow.
Wow.
Hey man. Y'all just what you say, DVP, you just don't know who you be dealing with.
See, there's reasons I don't go to Chicago. Now you just gave me another reason not to go.
Hey, you got to go visit him. That's better than I went by Obama House, but my best part of the Chicago trip was visiting Joe Mo. You got to check on your friends.
No. Since you've already done it, we good.
You got to check on it because that shit is hilarious. That man is interesting. He got his 1,400 books he gonna tell you to read. Because he definitely got a library for you. But hey, man,
I'm gonna speak for more on this. We're gonna take your word for it, player.
It's like we're gonna Joe Mo will be the 8th wonder of the world.
We're gonna take your word for it. That's all.
Nah, you got to go see the 8th wonder of the world.
No, we don't. No,
you can't.
I ain't seen the first 7 yet, so I'm gonna work my way up to it.
Start at number 8 because it is accessible. That joke of that is, hey man. Interesting. That was probably been 2 hours of my trip.
Mo, we're gonna have a meeting about staff after the show. We're gonna have a meeting about who we will and won't let on the show no more. No more.
Oh my goodness.
Because clearly somebody slipped through.
I'm coming back. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna be back every week.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just remember, I know where you live.
You know who live?
You.
Okay.
Exactly.
And when you hear the buzzing sound, it's too late. That's all I'm gonna say. Once you hear the buzzing, it's too late.
I'm gonna take a chicken every week till you let me in.
Okay. Like I said, once you hear that buzzing sound,
eggs that got too high anyway.
And you know, chickens like pigs, they'll eat anything. So once you hear that buzzing sound and you feel the pecking, just realize you just became anything.
Hey man. You gotta go ahead on, man. But yeah, I need some eggs, man. I ain't no eggs in about 4 or 5 years.
So that's his party shot that he wants some eggs. I don't know where he gonna get them from.
You ain't got no eggs no more.
I ain't got no chickens.
Where the chickens go?
I let the chicken go when I started working in California.
You ate the chickens?
No, two of them up the street. The other ones they probably got preyed on.
Man, you can't keep going to California, homeboy. We need them chickens.
Well, I'm thinking about getting some more, but I don't know yet.
Let me buy one because I just need some eggs.
Anyway, Mo, what you got?
Mo president didn't get the egg prices down.
I had some stuff, man, but y'all threw me off, man.
No, he threw you off. Don't put no y'all in there. That was him.
Y'all threw me off, man.
What them stock prices look like?
I was gonna say I just calculated one up because I'm trying to keep an update on Target, and right now let's see. At the start of the boycott, it was 86. Right now it's 137. So it's going. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's going back up, but it's going up. So it's up to
back up. That was more than it was last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's rising. But so it went down to 86 and it's up to 137. I can't tell you if that was the boycott or not, but I like to keep an update on that, just see what's going on. Let's see. So yeah, that's it. That's it for that. Just a little update on this stock. What else I got? Let me see. Yeah, y'all know if y'all want to learn stocks, get in touch with me. I teach the free classes, so come through. I teach you.
Hey, Mo, send me your information, telephone number, so I can play on your phone.
I think you got it.
Don't do it, Mo. Mo, give him 911. Don't do it.
I need to call Mo, man. I'm coming to Arizona.
Cause Mark, you remember that time we did the show?
Uh-huh.
We
I
called
called
each
you.
other. Oh, you called me, so you got it.
I gotta go back through the list and get it again.
He done been through 3 phones since then, Mo.
I'm
Why?
finna see if DVP will buy me a new phone.
Yeah, I got some Beanie Weenie cans. I'll get you one.
I come work for the company. I can do security.
You can't see over the counter.
I got my own gun.
The one that you got with the apron?
And you know it. I learned a lot from Joe Mo. They say you can learn a lot from a dummy. Pew, pew.
You ain't even finna get me and Mo in that. I'm gonna tell Joe to tune into the last 5 minutes of the show.
I can't wait till he come back.
I'm still stuck on the apron and gun, man. I'm like,
Hey man, I
that
promise you.
combination. I'm trying to like, if I open the door, right, and I see a dude in an apron and a gun, no.
He's like, come in and look at Darth Vader.
No, no, not happening.
Come in and look at Darth Vader. What was I supposed to say? No?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, he had a gun. I flew. I didn't have one.
Hey, that's crazy.
Whew. Anyway, it's 8:00 and I'm finished with my tea. Mark is clearly off his rocker. He ain't taking his meds. Mo is supremely confused now because Mark got him off his game. So we're gonna try this again next week. It might not be but 2 of us, maybe just 1, but it definitely won't be 3 no more. Yeah, we don't do good as the 3 Musketeers. We just don't. We don't. So until next week, y'all know what it is, right? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.
Peace out.